Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Raymond Burke. I'm one of the members of the web committee in Cornwall, and today Rocco is going to give a presentation of the Cornwall website, and this is Rocco here.
Good to see everyone here today. So today we'll be talking about the Cornwall Web Committee and doing a quick demo of the site. So here we go. So first off, a little bit more about us. The Web Committee is a lively group of dedicated volunteers, and our mission since 2001 has been really committed to creating a vibrant digital presence for Cornwall. The website is very unique among towns. It represents the town, the community, and provides visitors information, which is a very Cornwall thing. And as you can see, here's a picture circa 2001 of some of the original founders. Today, we have two of the original founders here, Richard Griggs and Laszlo, are still members, which is really awesome. Some of our current members include Laszlo, we've got Kara, who's also the co-webmaster with me, Richard, Raymond, we recently got Ron Goldstein, Dara Burke, and some others. So that's a little bit more about the web committee itself. So now to give a tour of the website, kind of going through things, starting at the homepage here. The homepage is a great place to start because it's going to give you information, about what's going on in terms of the civic portion of the website, what's going on in the community side, what events, things like that. So this is a really good place to start your day here. And so we're going to welcome people to Cornwall here. We always are getting great photos that local photographers, especially Laszlo, send us, and it makes such a great impact on our site and really making that connection with people. So here we're going to welcome people to Cornwall at the top. We're going to talk about Cornwall because some people, are new to Cornwall and new to the website, so we're going to talk more about Cornwall here. Often on the left here, we're going to feature some kind of key event that's going on, like ice skating in Hotchkiss, which has been a recent thing that the Park and Rec has picked back up, so we've been promoting that recently. Here we'll often house like a really key virtual exhibit. So this is the exhibit while we were home, which was chronicling the lives of people during the pandemic, which was a great expose that Laszlo did that shows a lot of people in town kind of throughout the pandemic through thick and thin. So great thing there. Now going over to this side of the site before we talk about the navigation here, we have town news and notices. And this is kind of like on the homepage, the little town slider, so to speak. So you want to see what's latest town news and notices that have been posted. You can navigate here, flip through it so you can see here's the latest town hall news. Here is cold weather protocol effective. So any kind of key news or town news and that type of thing will be right here with the ability to go see more. And then we have new to Cornwall, meet some of the locals, where then if you're new to Cornwall, you want to learn more about things to do, places to explore, you can go here, which will then bring you to a page that shows you the different options. So what we've done here is, since town sites can be kind of complex because there's a lot of moving parts to it, and especially since our town really encapsulates the civic portion of the website, the community portion, and then explore, there's kind of a lot of things in the mix. So what we tried to do here when we think of like the desktop version of the website was, since this is kind of a portal of a lot of different things, kind of provide this as a quick reference. So that way, yes, you can see new events, news, key things going on, but if there's a certain area you want to jump right into, like, how do I use the transfer station or the business directory, we thought in the desktop version having something like this would be handy, because then you can jump right to where you need to go. So now going down the home page, you can see we'll also have the Cornwall community news. So these are items that we often post on the website committee. Sometimes town stuff does get posted in here, especially if it's like a weather alert or something like that, just because we want more visibility. But generally, community-focused things are going to be posted here, like different things that we do, like weather alerts, this meeting right here, the presentation, different things like the governor visiting the ski area, the Cornwall market opening. So, lots of key community events we'll showcase here. Sometimes we'll do really cool creative stuff too, where we'll have 2023 in pictures, for instance, here, which I did, I think, yesterday, where I pulled all of the pictures that we had uploaded in 2023, and it's just kind of a look back at the year here in Cornwall. And we have so many amazing photos from all of our great photographers. It's really cool. You can flip back and really kind of see the whole year here in Cornwall. Hold on, let me just try to reload this here. I've been actually having trouble with this, with Chrome recently, so let me just switch over to Firefox here. Hold. Let me just switch browsers here. Yeah, this Chrome browser has been giving me trouble. All right, back at it here. So on the website, so that's where you find community news, so that's kind of your place where you can go there. Then we're going to show any upcoming events right here. So the important thing with the with events is that we also share the event calendar with the Cornwall Chronicle. So any events that get posted also get posted on the Cornwall Chronicle, so that way we're able to kind of sync everything here between the two sites, which is great. I'm just, sorry here, I think my computer's having a little bit of trouble. Let me just reload this here. All right, there we go. So this is where we have our local events. You can also, if you want more of a calendar view as well, you can go right here and click View Calendar. And as I'll show you in a couple of minutes, this will give you the calendar view of all the events. This, on the website, we're just showing you kind of the latest, the most upcoming events, but you can certainly click to the calendar. You can also submit an event as well, as we'll show. And when you do that, that will get submitted and will get added again to the Chronicle calendar and the website calendar you see here. Other things is, when images come in and different things, either they get sent to us or we upload them. This is kind of like our Instagram feed, so to speak, of just Cornwall pictures and different things kind of happening that you can flip through, which is really cool. And quote, our classic Van Doren quote here at the end, which is a great way to talk about Cornwall. So now moving down into the website footer here, you have you'll have a section here for any town news and notices, as you can see here, community news on this side, and then you can see the events calendar here, just a footer widget to be able to display different events as well, with the ability to see the full calendar. We talked about the covered bridge here in the footer. We've got a nice drone video because a lot of visitors do come to the site to learn more about the covered bridge. We talk about the spirit of Cornwall in our group. And then we also talk about considering Cornwall, which is a section of the website here, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So that's the homepage. As you can see, it's kind of a fusion of different different community types of things. One kind of place to get all the latest updates. Now we're going to move into the navigation here to talk about the different aspects of the site itself. So, like for instance here, the government tab. As you can see, this is the actual, the government tab here is the civic portion of the website. So this is basically where all the different town stuff is going to be. So under government, if you come here to town news and notices, what you'll see is all the latest town news and notices. So, annual POCD meeting, different updates and things like that, often from the selectman's office and that type of thing. Then you can also see any recent minutes and agendas here, so any recent ones that have been posted, you can check out here. Because again, it's just trying to get a pulse on what's going on in town, and a good place to do that is to see town news and notices, and then kind of any minutes and agendas and things that have been posted on the town side. The town leadership page is going to talk about the Board of Selectmen a little bit more, who they are, and then contact information. One new thing we've been actually working on is having tabs here to report different things like storm damage, hazardous tree report. So these will go right to the selectman's office in terms of the form submission here. We even have a page for federal, state, and other representatives here too. So in case you want to see, you know, the governor, state reps, things like that, you can go there to learn more about that. Okay, let's see here. Kind of juggling between browsers here. It's I think my computer's having a little trouble, but that's fine. All right, so next we have we've done town leadership. Now we have town offices and officials. So here we've got some. We talk about the town office complex. We've got some great photos. We talk about the selectman's office, and then we have kind of all of the key contact information that you need here. So everything from the town clerk to the town treasurer, tax collector. Then also too, we have handy links as well, like that are applicable to these various things, like pay your taxes online, how to contact that person, everything like that. So that's a really handy reference to be able to kind of see all of the different offices in town. We also have boards and committees, which is similar, but this is more of a list of the different boards and committees in town. First, we talk about volunteering in Cornwall and how, you know, Cornwall very much has that spirit, and you know, you can contact the selectman's office to learn more about different opportunities for being able to do that. We have a great video that talks about how Cornwall works, and then we will show all of the different key boards and committees. You know, if that board is, as many of them do, will have like a page or something associated with them that have minutes and agendas. You know, we have the link here so you can quickly flip over to there as well. So yeah, so this is all a listing of all of our boards and committees. Another thing that we did is we've recently, in the past couple of years, is we've built a more full-blown town directory here. So one place where you can get all of the key contact information, everything from the selectman's office to, you know, land use, to Torrington area health, even some more regional things like Connecticut State Police, schools and education, even the information, contact information for different post offices in town, which was a recommendation that we got a couple of years ago as well. So kind of got one place for all of the different town things. Minutes and agendas is a popular section of the website because this is the parent page that has all of the, it has the links to all of the different boards and committees to be able to see the different minutes and agendas for all the meetings. So if I go to the Board of Selectmen here, you'll be able to see all of the different minutes and agendas that have been posted for the different meetings and things like that here. So minutes and agendas is popular on the site because people will like to go in and check out, you know, different minutes from meetings and things like that. We have town regulations. So this is a page that has a lot of the key town regulations. So everything from our town ordinances to different things like that are very popular on the website, like burning permit applications, building permit applications, all kinds of different regulations, inland and wetland regs, everything like that. So this is the page for that. We have a town videos page, so anything that gets categorized as a town video, like you can see with this latest Board of Selectmen's video here, will end up here. So that's how you can see recent town videos. We have a forms and documents page, where the town hall will kind of upload any key documents. So this could be ordinances, land use fees, different key town forms like building permit applications, things like that. We even have other things like the key town planning documents like the 2020 POCD, the 5-year capital plan, and things like that here as well. So a good handy resource for forms and documents and key things needed in Cornwall. We also have our public safety page. So the public safety page is talking about fire and EMS here in Cornwall, a link to the Cornwall Fire Department website, you know, a map. We also talk about you know, regional, like state police here. We've got the link to that, town emergency management as well. So that's kind of where those key pages for public safety. And then we worked with, a couple years ago, we worked with social services to build a help services page in Cornwall, which turned out really good. And here we're talking about, you know, the spirit of Cornwall and how we're always working to help people, those in need, here in town. We talk about some of the different help services that are available, from transportation to food supplies, everything like that. So this is a great section. And we added quite a bit here, everything from rent assistance and some of the opportunities there, different charitable trusts, and even additional services like the Northwest Fuel Bank, Women's Support Services, Dial a Ride, kind of all of the different things here. So that's help services. And so those are all the government pages that are part of the government section. So next we're going to move into the community section of the website, which is going to represent more of the community and less of the civic portion here. So one of the first things you'll see here is under the community, we have coming events. So this is where you're able to see the event calendar. So we use a pretty advanced event calendar software for the site. So there's a lot you can do with this. You can search for different events. You can look at it by the month view, switch to the day view here. It makes it pretty flexible with how you want to view the calendar. You can click on an event here. You can hover over it, click on it. We've also added a lot of the most popular venues in town, so it makes it really easy when we add an event, so we'll be able to show a map so people can get directions and that type of thing if needed. So that's the event calendar, which is a really important thing, and again, it's in partnership with the Chronicle. We have a page for the Cornwall Chronicle that just talks about the Chronicle and then links off to their site so you can go read the latest issue. We have a Cornwall Classified, where any resident of Cornwall can post things. So as you can see, we have a snowplow person needed. We've got some lawn implements for sale here, some lost car keys. So this is a good place if there's classified types of things that do get posted fairly regularly here. We have a page for education in schools, talking about CCS, linking to their website, talking about the Child Care Center, and then regional items like the high school, for instance, here on this page. We have a page all about libraries and churches, the Cornwall Library, the hours, where it is, the Hughes Memorial, and then we get into churches. We've got all the links to all the different churches here. So that's that page. Housing in Cornwall, we work with our housing advocate to build this page to really talk about housing in Cornwall, since it is one of the more pressing issues certainly facing town today. And so what we're doing here is we're talking about how the price of real estate is soared and how there's been limited supply of rental units and things like that, and how as a town we've been working to address that and what some of the challenges are. We talk about some of our wins in the past, like Bonnybrook, and things like that here. And yeah, just how to reach out to our housing advocate. We have key resources here like the Affordable Housing Plan, links to the Cornwall Housing Corporation, some common FAQs about affordable housing. We've got a great video here of Matt Cooley talking more about affordable housing in Northwest Connecticut here. And then we also link off to the Center for Affordable Housing here too. So great page on housing, which again is kind of a more pressing need here in town. We have a page on Parks and Recreation, and Park and Rec is their own site, so we link off to that here. And any Park and Rec events also show up on our events calendar too, so any events and things like that will always be on the site. We have a page on local nonprofits, everything from the fire department, to the Cornwall Association, Cornwall Foundation. So a great page there talking about our local nonprofits. We've got a page about the community network with a disclaimer, but so we do link off to that. So people can go over there and check that out. Now we're moving into, so those are all the community pages, kind of going through all the different sections here. The next section is Explore. So this was a new section that we built a couple of years ago with the site, because we really wanted to, again, kind of have a unified experience where we have visitors information too on the site, which is proven to do very well, where we've gotten tons of traffic over the last couple of years to these pages. So it's clear that it's really helped bring people to Cornwall, and it's allowed people to see the different opportunities for recreation in Cornwall, as there are quite a bit. So First, under Explore, we've got Shop Cornwall. So this is just talking about places, you can shop. The Wish House, Three Guys, Michael Trapp, Ian Ingersoll Cabinet Makers. We recently added the Cornwall Market here because we've been doing some updates to make sure our business directory and things are in line. So that's Shop Cornwall. The covered bridge page has been very, very successful. Thousands of hits over the last couple of years because this is turning into Google's definitive page now on the covered bridge, which is great because we're getting a lot of traffic. And it's a good page. It talks about the history of the bridge. It gives you the ability to share it, to increase reach. We've got a great drone video here that we kind of give people a little visual introduction to the bridge. We're going to welcome people to the bridge here. We're going to talk about visiting the bridge itself. We're going to highlight cool things around West Cornwall, like the fact that the bend's open, and that's a great place for like parking and river access. We've even got a map that shows you exactly where it is in terms of the GPS coordinates here. We talk about local businesses as well in West Cornwall. The Wish House, RSVP, Clark Outdoors, which is across the road in Sharon, which is a recreational focused business here. So so that's that page, the covered bridge page, again, a very popular one. Cornwall by Season is a little bit more editorial in its approach, but we're really just talking about how each season really brings out the unique beauty of Cornwall, and we're just kind of going through some of the big ticket items for each season, like Mohawk in the winter, hiking in the spring, summer is lake and river, and then fall. So that's that section. Eat and drink is just again a quick listing of all of the places. So we've added the Cornwall Market recently, which we're excited about here. RSVP, and then we also have the package store. So that's that page. Where to stay. So on the where to stay page, we've got a couple of the key places to stay. The Cornwall Inn, the Hitching Post, some of the key places there. Take a hike is one of my favorite pages, and this one again has gotten many hits over the last couple of years. People are very interested in all the different hiking opportunities here in Cornwall. So this is, we talk about how Cornwall has scenic trails to discover and just a lot to explore. We highlight the top local hikes. Pine Knob Loop probably being the most popular in the area. We use all trails to integrate the map, so we're able to show people the map of the hike, and it makes it very easy so they can click to it and get all of the key aspects of it, directions, that type of thing. More detail on the actual hike itself. We've got the AT. We are going to talk about the AT and how it passes, just across the river. We've got some of the popular AT routes here, everything from Cornwall Bridge to Kent via the river, to West Cornwall to Falls Village, which is a rough hike. It's intense. Then we also talk about the Blue Blaze Trail, because that goes throughout all Cornwall, and we've got a map for that. Cathedral Pines and some of the more local places as well, Trinity Riverside. So this has been a very popular page because a lot of people are interested in hiking here. We've got a lot of great trails, so that's what we really want to highlight with this. Next page for Explore is River and Lake. So here we're talking about the Housatonic River. We're talking about some of the key opportunities here, like paddling, fly fishing, hiking along the river, things like that. We're going to highlight river-related businesses, like Clark Outdoors, things like that. For Lake, we see Cream Hill Lake, and we're going to talk about Cream Hill Lake, talk about the public side, the private side of the lake, just kind of introducing people to the fact that there's an amazing lake here in Cornwall. And that's that section there. Next we have Parks and Preserves, which is similar to Take a Hike, but in this we're just talking a little bit more about Parks and Preserves specifically here. So here we're talking about Mohawk State Forest, a little bit about the history of it. Here we're talking about the different activities, everything from picnicking to cross-country skiing, things like that. And then we even talk about the points of interest within Mohawk, like Black Spruce Bog, Cunningham Tower, Mohawk Summit, even Red Mountain, which is a little known mountain across the way actually that's part of Mohawk, Mohawk Pond. We also have the meadows, so we're talking about the state park, park ground and campground office, and then the meadows itself. And so yeah, that's this page, and then we even talk a little bit more about more localized nature preserves here too, like Cathedral Pines, and then we have a link to the Conservation Trust page too, because that has even more kind of local trails and preserves and stuff like that in the area. So that's that page. We also have running and races, which is one of my favorite ones, being a runner. So we talk about how Cornwall's a great place to run. We got plenty of nice, quiet country roads, nice dirt here. So I've been working on this recently. I've been working to put some new Cornwall routes, like I've got this Mohawk Mountain Summit Out and Back route here on Strava. And what's cool about this is you can click over to it on Strava. You can even do like a flyover of the route here, so you can zoom in. It's going to take just a second for it to, but it'll basically give you a whole 3D view of it. So it's cool. You can kind of pre-demo these routes. So I'm going to start adding more and more of these, as you can see, as we go. But I just want to show you that. We also talk about our big races here. So we've got the Little Guild 5K, which has been going on for over 10 years here. So that's one that we feature and talk about. We've also recently had the Thanksgiving morning Cornwall Turkey Trot. So we've got a little, I was able to post a couple of pictures, kind of a little bit more about that here. And yeah, we just talk about how Cornwall offers some of the best country road running here in the state, these quiet country roads. So that's the running page. We also have cycling in Cornwall, which Terry and Raymond have helped out immensely in this section over the years, where we're going to talk about cycling in Cornwall. We've got a great video here talking about the new interstate bike route that's in the mix here, the Western New England Greenway, and a little bit more about the Greenway and their website. And Terry was also kind enough to give us some of the big biking routes here in town. So you can see we've got some top Cornwall cycling routes mapped out here. And then we've got our Cornwall cycling ambassadors, in case you want to meet some key biking community here in Cornwall. So that's that. The only other page under Explore is called Cornwall and Hawaii, where we talk about the significance and the connection between Cornwall and Hawaii. So we talk about Obakaya, his history at the Foreign Mission School, and then we talk about some of the different key Obakaya places, from Cornwall Village, where the site of the old Foreign Mission School, which is often where many of the sojourners will start their journey, and show where that is. We talk about the Cornwall Cemetery and how in 1993 the remains were brought back to Hawaii. However, the gravestone is still there, along with some other things there at the cemetery to remember him. And so, yeah, this is just a cool page. You got the plaque here from the cemetery. So that's the Explore section. So now we're moving into history and culture. First is quick Cornwall facts. So we built this to be kind of like a Wikipedia of Cornwall, which is something that would be good for people that want to get kind of a 10,000 foot view of Cornwall, and it's also good for search engines too, in terms of like crawling some of this key information. So we're talking about Cornwall here, a little bit about our histories, our different communities that we have. We show the population, incorporation date, some key facts and figures, talk about our principal communities, notable people, everyone from Ethan Allen to other key figures like General Sedgwick, that type of thing. So with links there, got to show a map of Cornwall, a great Cornwall quote here. So this is kind of our quick Cornwall facts, just to get a brief overview. We have a brief history of Cornwall as well, which is just a short history of Cornwall. Gets into a little bit more detail about our history, with a link to the Historical Society and then the Connecticut History page for Cornwall too. So that's helpful. The People of Cornwall is one of my favorite sections of the site, where it chronicles the lives of people in Cornwall, both past and present. So this is a great place to go and to learn about different people in town over the years and their lives, and kind of chronicles in Cornwall. So you're able to download these and read a whole story here about it. So like this one was all about Hunt Williams and his life in Cornwall here. So super cool section of the site. If you haven't checked that out, I recommend it. Some great stories, Cornwall stories in there. We've also got art and artists page here. So this is where we're going to showcase all of our different arts and artists in Cornwall. So we talk about how Cornwall has a vibrant art and cultural scene. We have a lot of artists, craftspeople, and other creatives. We show a lot of the key art shows and galleries every year, like the Rose All Grant, the Cornwall Library, Art at the Dump, the Open Artist Studio Tour. So, lots of links to that. We're talking about some of the key galleries in town here, showing them here. And then we have a section called The Artists of Cornwall, where we'll link off to artists, to their websites here. And if we have pictures of them like in action with their art, we'll kind of upload them here. So that's where you can see, we have a lot of artists in town, which is awesome. And at the very bottom, you can get added as a Cornwall artist by contacting us. And then we even have a in memoriam in the section too, where we recognize some of our great artists of Cornwall past, like William Ward Beecher, Hendon Chubb, Kurt Hansen, Ruth Gannett. So yeah, really cool section there. We also have Cornwall Authors, which is similar, where we're going to talk about how Cornwall has long been a haven for writers and other intellectuals here, with links to current writers, and then some in memoriam to Mark Van Doren, some of Wallace Stevens, some of the other great writers in Cornwall over the years. Agriculture in Cornwall is another important one. Cornwall clearly has a rich farming heritage that still lives on today, so we're talking a lot about agriculture in Cornwall. Everything from the colonial era, where things are a little bit rough, to the 19th century and iron exodus and the iron industry. Green Hill Agricultural School, which is one of the first schools for agriculture in the country. And then talking about the 20th century, Connecticut's Dairyland. We talk a lot about historic barns in town, and there's actually 89 barns that are in the historic barns of Connecticut, which you can learn more about, so lots of that. And then we talk about the farms of Cornwall and farming today, and how we still have a vibrant farming scene. And then we talk about the different farmers markets and that type of thing too. The Historical Society page is just a page that talks about just a historical society in general and links off to their website where you can go learn more there. So that's history and culture. I think that's one of my favorite sections of the site. Just so much good information and cool history there. Consider Cornwall is a section we worked with EDC a couple years ago to build out. And this is more for people that are considering Cornwall, whether it's for their business, their residence, or even just looking for local services and that type of thing. So that was the idea with this. So first we built Consider Cornwall for your business. And so we're talking about considering Cornwall here for your business, and a little bit about the pandemic and how it's changed things around here, how we're working for some revitalization, different entrepreneurial opportunities. So we've got a get in touch form that goes right to the EDC. And then we actually profiled and interviewed a couple of business owners here in town. So, covered Bridge Electric Bike, and that type of thing. So great page, just kind of talks more about considering Cornwall to locate your business here. For your residents is more focused on talking about how, you can live well here, you can work remote, you can get a great life balance, kind of work-life balance, in this area. So this is all about considering Cornwall for your residents here. And again, a form you can fill out that will go to EDC. And then we have some meet your Cornwall neighbors. So profiles of some different neighbors here in Cornwall. So this is a really fun section. Got Virginia Gold talking about some of her deep Cornwall roots here. Some newcomers that came during the pandemic as well. So just kind of a good mix of people. The business directory is a key place to find any kind of town, any kind of services or businesses in town. So good place to start is you can always search. Like say I want to run a dumpster. I'm looking for someone that does that. You just type that in, like so. And then it's going to find. The company, so this came up, CM Carting, which is a company, in town that does that specifically. So you can search from here. You can even get fancy and do a certain mile radius if you want. The biggest thing though is probably how you're going to drill down is the different categories here. So we've got everything separated by different categories. So agriculture and farm, to banks, to music lessons. You just need to click into any one of these and then you'll be able to see the options for that category, so to speak. Also at the bottom here, any new businesses that have been recently added, we're just going to show at the bottom just as they get added. So you can see some of the last ones we've added have been the Country Market, the Plaid Rooster, looks like Chimney Rock, a couple other businesses here as well. So this is the business directory. So you can, if you want to click into a directory listing here, you can click in. We'll often have a profile picture of the business. We're going to have the address, description, a map, contact information, that type of thing. So that's the business directory. We do try to keep it current. In fact, I think the other day I went through and did another pass, so I think we're in pretty good shape when it comes to having all the current businesses and things like that. So that's the business directory. There's a lot you can do here. You can share it. You can turn this into a PDF. You can get directions. It's a pretty powerful business directory software that we use for this. So that's that. We also have a page here for local nonprofits, where we're just talking about the local nonprofits, and consider Cornwall too, which is similar. We have that page somewhere on the community tab too, but just a good thing because you can learn about some of the other nonprofits if you're interested in learning more about Cornwall too. And the last section is how do I? So we built this just as a kind of a quick section to like the most common things that come up, like how do I contact the webmaster? How do I add an event? How do I get my dog license renewal? Because there are certain things that come up. Like one of the most popular pages on the site, believe it or not, is the transfer station page. So that's why we have like right here, use the transfer station. So we actually worked with the transfer station about a year or so ago to build this new page, just talking about showing our key attendance here, some of the rules of the transfer station, the hours, things like that, where it is. And then we even got some great literature to try to educate people about the transfer station and recycling. So, here we're talking about what's in, what's out, some of the different specific things to our transfer station here. Then we even have a search where, can I recycle it? Where you can even search using this state thing to see if you can actually bring this stuff to state transfer stations, which is cool that we integrated here. Bulky waste guidelines, we even talk about the town brush dump and the other miscellaneous items. So really trying to educate people about the transfer station, all the things that you can recycle and that type of thing here. So that's how do I. Also too, when it comes to contacting us, which is important, we have the contact us page, which you can get to from how do I contact us, or you can find it under here, contact at the footer of the website. And what this is focused on is reaching out. So if you have general website inquiries, you can fill out the form here, and they'll come right to the webmaster. We have a webmaster email for the website committee. And so the webmaster, Kara, and I will both get the email when any general website inquiries come in. For events, since it uses the Cornwall Chronicle, all you need to do is just email to the calendar at cornwallchronicle.org. And you can get your event added. Business classified listing, you've got this all set up so you can even upload an image of the item right from here, which is great. It makes it easy. The business directory, if you want to add a listing, you've got a link for that. Cornwall photos as well. So we're always looking for new Cornwall photos to post from local photographers. So here's where you can submit your name and upload an image that we can post. And then we have another section on website feedback too, because we're always open to getting more feedback to continue to improve this site. So that's where you can find that here. I think the only other thing is that to be aware of is that we do have our site what's called GDPR compliant, which means that we're in compliance with all of the local, with all of the national and international data protection laws. So you will see we have a privacy policy here that specifies clearly, what we do, the type of information collected, and the use of cookies and things like that. So you can always review that if you have any questions and contact us. We also have our cookie policy. which talks about the different website cookies we use. Really all we do is we use Google Analytics to be able to track sessions on the site so we can continue to improve it and things like that. So that's just really talking about the different cookies that we use for that. So yeah, so I think that's that. Just kind of the full run through here of the Cornwall website. I hope this was helpful, and as always, we're always looking for feedback on the website, for different ideas to improve things and everything like that. So feel free to reach out to us, and yeah, hopefully this was a helpful presentation today to kind of show you guys the site and going through it. So thanks so much.
That's it.
Great.
That's great. I learned a hell of a lot more than I ever did about this.
Yeah,
That's great.
I thought you might need that.
Okay, I'm shutting it off now.